Are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Euro Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earl. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim. And today, week 13 for the NFL. I have way too much on this NFL card. I know that for sure. I really do like this card though. And then we also have some NHL and some NBA we're going to be going over. Don't really have any college basketball we're going to be going over. We do have plenty of college basketball plays, but we just don't have time for the show to add any of them in here. So if you guys do have any questions about college basketball, you can let us know in the live chat here. But before we take a look at today's slate, before we get into the games happening today, we'll take a look back at what happened what happened yesterday. Wow, I can talk. It sucked. All right, you ready to start with today's slate?
It wasn't that bad.
Hockey was my only profitable sport yesterday for me. So I'll start with college football. College football went 2-8, down 6.85 units for me. Wasn't pretty. I had a triple up spot on that Alabama game, which went absolutely horrible. I had Alabama's team total under. I had the under 50, and I had Georgia minus 6.5. All three of those lost. I had the App State Mountaineers minus 3, the Demon Deacons plus 3, Iowa plus 11, USC Trojans plus 4.5. All those do not hit. My winners were NIU and the Bearcats of Cincinnati minus 10. So yeah, not a pretty day in college football. I lost my only play in the NBA with the Trailblazers money line. I'll let Tim go over college basketball. I went 5-3 in the NHL, finished up 1.73 units in the NHL. I had winners from Rangers in regulation. I had the over in that Buffalo-Carolina game. I had the over in Colorado-Ottawa. That Colorado-Ottawa was no sweater. I had the Capitals puck line. They scored an empty net with about a minute to go. Nick Hathaway with the empty netter at the end. And winner on the Minnesota Wild plus 102. I was excited when they won the shootout, and you can ask Terry in the group chat. I was like, yeah, they won the shootout. But screw you, Wild, for making me sweat out a play in a shootout that you guys were up 3-0 in. Come on, you should have locked that game down in like the second period. But it is what it is. Losers on the under in the New York Islanders and the Detroit Red Wings. For the first time in over a month, the Islanders scored more than 2 goals in a game. The Predators, they won in a shootout, or they won in overtime. So not only did I not cash my puck line, I'm now out of last Woody standing because I had Nash and Reg. So I unfortunately did not make it there. And then I had Florida and Reg minus 110. They won in overtime. So I had a couple teams win in overtime that I had either on the puck line or in regulation. So it is what it is there. And I'll let you break down the college basketball.
Well, speaking of last Woody standing, with you going out, now the longest lasting Earl in this last Woody standing is my dad. So good job, Nick. Well done. But no, yesterday it could have been a lot worse. I will say it could have been a lot worse. We ended up finishing 18-1 overall on the site. So it was a little bit of a loss, but we just lost the juice. Not a big deal. We're right back into it today. NHL, as Nick mentioned, was 4-2 yesterday. He did well. College football was 2-4 on the site. We had losers from Georgia, San Diego State, App State, and Iowa. Winners were NIU and Cincinnati. NBA. Yes, NBA was good yesterday. Denver, Chicago, Milwaukee, San Antonio. Boom. Nailed it. 4-0 in NBA yesterday, so that was quite nice. It kind of helped out because we had an 8-12-1 college basketball day. The push was St. Bonnie minus 3. They won by exactly 3. They hit a 3 with like 3 seconds left or whatever. Losers. Eastern Washington and the Nebraska Omaha game under. Bama and Zags under. Zags got upset by Bama yesterday, which I bet that. I was leaning. According to our numbers, we were leaning Alabama, but it was only like 3 It was only like 3 value, and we wanted at least 4.5. So we didn't bet it, but whatever. Yale and Auburn under didn't hit. NIU and Dayton over didn't hit by like a couple points. Radford and West Virginia over did not hit. Jackson State and Illinois State did not hit. BYU and Missouri under didn't hit. Louisiana Tech and Santa Clara under. Southern Utah and Idaho under. Eastern Kentucky, Western Kentucky under. Old Dominion and James Mason over. And then Portland State and Weber State. George Mason, yes. Under. All those did not hit. Those were our 12 losers. Winners from Coastal +2. Northwestern State and UL Monroe over. Jackson State +10. Drexel and Princeton over. UConn -25.5. Yes, we laid 25.5 points yesterday.
Cash usually.
FIU -3, -5 cash. Northern Arizona and Idaho State magically cashed. I marked that one a loser earlier on in the day because the live total was like 115 or something, so it was way under, and then that one went way over. And then Mississippi Valley State and Grand Canyon over. That one hit as well. That was another one where I marked the loser before I went to Walmart, and then came back, and Nick's like, yeah, this game and this game cash. I'm like, wow, okay.
The NAU game and the Mississippi Valley game. I'm like, yeah, both those cashed. You're like, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, so that kind of worked. 18-1. So even though it was a losing day, it was still break even. And it could have been a lot worse. Well, it could have been a lot better. I think we lost like 4 of those college basketball games in the last second. So
yeah.
But I actually don't have my plays written down for today yet. But we're going to go ahead and jump into some NFL action. But before that, Nick, go through the chat.
Yeah, we have a lively chat this morning. First comment, first like, smash the like, guys. Yeah, come on. Terry says smash the like, we smash the like.
Yes.
Omar, good morning, Twins. Last night I went 6-1 Alabama. Yeah, now looking back at it, I feel stupid that I went Georgia because if we look at it, even if you look through Twitter, everybody and their mother had the Bulldogs yesterday. So, and everyone had the under. So, if you went contrarian, you cashed in that game. Good job on Alabama there. Bulls +3, nice. Grizzlies -1. Did they hit?
Yes.
Nice. Celtics, Spurs, Kings, and my only loss is the Knicks.
Man, I wish I bet that Kings game. That was I didn't even know that where that game finished because I stopped paying attention to the NBA.
Yeah, nice, Omar. Man, you need to cash my 9 a.m. soccer parlay.
Man United.
I don't. Oh, man. Oh, I thought you said you need to cash my. No. Yeah. Need Manchester United. Got it. I don't follow soccer, so that went right over my head.
No, I got what it meant.
Terry, yeah, I've been catching up from my NFL losses. Yeah, hopefully today's not a bad NFL. They have way too much action. 13-10 last night, but cashed an 8-gamer, which is really nice. Absolutely. Yeah, NFL's been rough. See, for me, NFL has been fine other than, I think it was, last week? Where we went like 0 I went like 1-10 no, that was 2 weeks ago where I went over. I was slightly profitable last week. Other than like that one bad week in week 11, I've been fine in NFL. Man, tell me, have my homework for it, no luck. Yeah. Won a 6-game parlay for 368. Oh, hell yeah, Mike Lennon. Now are you able to win with the New York Giants today? Leafs are good and fought back. Yeah, we're going to get into the Toronto Maple Leafs today. They're going to be a team that, spoiler alert, I have money on today. I'm going to keep fading the Islanders. We'll get to that game as well. Cavs, Hornets for the NBA. I'm on the Hornets personally.
Cavs, yes. Cavs all day. You know how much I love my Cavs.
College, Fairfield and Monmouth.
Oh, boy.
And Denver. We'll let Tim get to those. I'll look over the other games here. Sharks against the Blue Jackets. I passed on that game. I think I was leaning Blue Jackets. Maple Leafs, I'm on them. For NFL, the Niners, I'm not. The Colts, I am. The Ravens, I'm on a total in that game. Leaning towards the Steelers.
All right, I found your college plays. We are not on Fairfield game. We are not on Monmouth game. And we did a free pick video on that Denver game for last night. That is an over for us.
Nice. Nice, Mike. Terry, I bet the Penguins money line last minute. Yeah, I was looking at the Penguins money line. I was potentially looking at the Penguins puck line, and I didn't pull the trigger. I should have just kept fading the Vancouver Canucks. I'm just going to put myself full screen when Tim does that. Let's go Wild Picks with the money in the fire. Good cash, Mike. Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
He said it, so I had to play it. It's just the way it works. Why don't astronauts have hood ornaments on their spaceships? Not a clue.
Hey, somebody from Twitch, though.
Yeah, someone from from the Twitch. Interesting.
By the way, if you guys want to follow our Twitch, links to that's in the description below. Twitch.tv/EarlSB.
Yeah, I called it on your chat +6 yesterday.
Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah. NFL is rough for me. Hey, Mike Glennon, get your head in the game. You got a game against the Dolphins, though, today. All right? But we'll kick it into some NFL, and we'll kick it off with everybody's favorite team this season when the Minnesota Vikings head to the Detroit Lions. The Vikings are 7-point road favorites in this game, a total of 46.5. I'm going to kick it to you here first, Tim, because I have 2 plays in this game that I want to break down.
Yeah, I'm going to be going with the Minnesota Vikings, minus the 7. I think this could be, I guess, I don't know. I can't really say that would be a letdown spot from last week for the Detroit Lions when they almost won a game, because they've almost won a game many times. I just think that this Minnesota team is really good. I'm high on them. I think that they still have a shot to make playoffs, and they know they need to come into this game and win. And I think they're going to come in, and at the end of the day, it'll end up being 27-17, and they'll come out with a win in this game. So I like Minnesota to get the job done in this one, taking the -7.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an NFL injury report up so I can look at some injuries here. Looking at this spot for me, I'm on the Vikings as well. I think this is a pretty plain and simple situation because if we look for injuries here, we'll start on the Detroit side. This is they'll have DeAndre Swift. I know is going to be out today, and that's their big player that's really out for today. They got Trey Flowers, Jalen Reeves, Maven are also out, as well as Bobby Price. Penei Sewell is questionable with an illness and a shoulder injury. That can really hinder any type of running game that they have with anyone other than DeAndre Swift because he's out today. And then on the other side, they're going to have Dalvin Cook out. That's Mackenzie Alexander, cornerback, questionable. Cameron Byron, Christian Darrisaw are both out. A couple of questionables with Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks. Overall, I like the Vikings in this spot here. We do have our play strong. Okay, good. I'm on the Vikings first half and full game. I double down on them here. I think that without DeAndre Swift, this running game for Detroit, which has been one of the only positive things about this team recently, is not going to be very effective. So give me the Vikings here in the first half and the full game. This should be a game they should take care of. I had this game projected around 9. So I like the value here with the Vikes.
Yeah, why not? I don't mind that at all. I don't know why Terry's surprised, but apparently he's surprised. Pass, fair enough. Jefferson, anytime touchdown.
I don't hate that. I think that the Vikings put up. I feel like this game is going to be almost like the way I described the Colorado game yesterday, with touchdowns or anything like that, where you just throw a dart and you'll most likely hit somebody. I think that this is a spot where you can probably throw a dart on that offense and they'll probably score a touchdown for you.
Mike Glennon likes that. You might look at it. That's cool. We'll go ahead and keep on keeping on.
Yeah, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears in this one here. Cardinals 7.5-point road favorites in this one. The total of 42. Arizona comes in 9-2, 8-3 ATS, 5-6 over under, 6-0 on the road this year. And then we have Chicago is 4-7, 4-7 ATS, 3-8 over under, 2-3 at home this year. What are you looking at for this matchup here, Tim?
Yeah, I laid off this one. It would probably be a lean towards the Bears at the 7 and a hook. If it was back down to 7, 6.5, I'd be interested in Arizona. That hook just scares me off of them, and I'm not gonna be betting on the Bears today. It'd be a lean that way, maybe a lean towards the under, just because I don't think we really get much offense from these two teams. So, yeah, it'd be lean towards under, lean towards the Bears, but I'm not interested in this game.
Yeah, a little bit of injuries here. This is a very important injury report because we all know. Keep an eye on this game. Kyler Murray, ankle is questionable. He was limited in practice. DeAndre Hopkins, hamstring, questionable. He did not participate in practice. Justin Pugh and Byron Murphy are both questionable for this game. James Wiggins is out. On the Bears side, no Akeem Hicks, no Marquise Goodwin, no Damian Williams, their running back, no Mario Edwards. Justin Fields is doubtful for this game, so it looks like it's going to be the Red Rocket and Andy Dalton. Also, Allen Robinson is doubtful for this game, and Roquan Smith is questionable. So this Bears team is missing some key players as well. Even at 7.5, I love the Cardinals in this spot. I think Cardinals by 10, Cardinals by 2 touchdowns potentially. This Bears team has not done too much to really impress me. They barely squeaked out a win against Detroit last week on Thanksgiving. I had this game projected around 9.5, 10, so I still see value here laying 7 and a hook with the Cardinals. So that's where I went with this game. Give me the Cardinals minus 7.5 versus the Bears here.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm just not really. That hook scares me. So I just laid off this game. I will say I will play in this next game, but we'll head over to the chat for just a second.
I did personally have the Cardinals minus 7 is what I got it at.
Yep, there you go. Vikings, you got them at last night minus 6.5. Nice.
Where?
That's a good line. Arizona at 7.
I got them at 7 as well.
Arizona minus 7.5 would take it up to 9.5.
Same.
I have a feeling this Arizona game is going to be the one that kills the parlays.
No, I don't think so.
That's just my thoughts, but we'll see. Lean Bears plus 7.5 because Dalton can handle and keep out. That's the thing. I feel like Dalton is an upgrade from Fields. So the fact that it dropped to a 7.5, it would make me like the Bears more, but I didn't get involved. Mike Glennon also has orange hair. There you go. Exactly, Nick. 4-team teaser: Arizona, Indy, Bucks, Vikings.
Indy. Arizona, yes. Indy, you're only teasing them down to, unless you're doing a 7-point teaser, you're only teasing them down to 4. That's not really doing you too much. I actually just submitted in a 2-team teaser that was screaming out to me because it's actually a Wong teaser. I got the Vikings down to a -1 and the Cardinals down to a -1.5. They're both road teams, which is actually more beneficial to a Wong teaser. And yeah, I like that as well.
There you go. Bears first half, solo under 9.5 points. I'm curious. Do they have any lines up for first quarter totals? Okay,
no, they're not going
there you go. First quarter. Yeah, there's some first half. No, first quarter totals. Oh, never mind. That's just totals in general, not team totals.
Yeah.
Heard. There's some plus monies in here. Anyways, sorry. I just figured I'd take a look because sometimes they would have team totals, and what me and Nick like to look for is any if we can get team total over 0.5 point in the first quarter. Normally, that's something me and Nick like to look at. But yeah, Bears first quarter total 0.5. Man, I'm sure. I wish we had freaking first quarter team totals. Yeah. I'd be all over those. But we'll go ahead and move on. We get this next one.
Yeah, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons in this one here. Buccaneers 11-point road favorite. So a bunch of road favorites here today. I've noticed Tampa Bay is 8-3, 5-6 against the spread, 6-5 over under, 3-3 on the road. Atlanta 5-6, 5-6 ATS, 5-6 over under, 0-4 at home. Where are you looking at for this matchup, Tim?
I'm agreeing with Mike Glennon. I'm going to go under this one. There was a statistic saying that like divisional matchups after week 10 are hitting at like 60+% under. And this is the only one I'm going to be grabbing today under because I didn't really go and look at the other ones or I had plays in the other ones or whatever it may be. But 50.5, I'm going to go under. I could see this one playing out exactly how that Buccaneers Bears game went, where Tampa Bay won like 38-3. I could see something similar to that today with the Falcons. Falcons have just not looked good the last couple times, and they haven't won a game at home. They haven't covered at home, and they've gone under 4 out of their last 5 games. Yes, Atlanta did beat Jacksonville, but do you really put much stock into that? 0 points versus New England, 3 points versus Atlanta. They did beat New Orleans, but New Orleans was without a part of their coaching staff, and their offense was gone. They scored 13 points against Atlanta. That's their last 5 games. And now they get to play Tampa Bay, who's actually been a good team this year defensively. So, no, this one's going to be a spot where I like the under 50.5. I don't really think we get much from this Atlanta side. We may get 20, 30 points from Tampa Bay, but we don't get enough from this Atlanta side. So, under.
Yeah, I'm on the same page there. I didn't bet the total. I bet the side. Looking at the injury report, though, these are actually 2 relatively healthy teams. The only players out for the Buccaneers here are wide receiver Jalen Darden with a concussion. Jordan Whitehead, safety with a calf injury, are both out. We have L.A. Marple, Jamal Dean, and Devin White are all questionable for this game. On the Atlanta side, we have Jonathan Bullard, who is out with an ankle injury, and that's the only players that are out for these teams. I'm on the Buccaneers in this spot, -11. I just think they absolutely cruise in this game. I had this game projected around 13. I got this game at 10. I bet all my stuff on Monday, Sunday night and Monday, and then a couple throughout the week. But I really like this spot here at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think this is one of those where they cruise, they do what they need to do. This does have 38-13 or something along those lines written here, where I think that maybe a team total over 31 could be an interesting play with the Buccaneers as well, because I think they absolutely just dominate in this game. This is a very high-powered offense. They're getting Antonio Brown back. They have Robert Gronkowski healthy. Yes, Antonio Brown on the injury report does not have a designation saying out.
Yeah, but I thought he was suspended.
It would have said game status out here, unless I'm mistaken. And
I thought he got suspended due to some type of vaccine thing.
I didn't. If he did, then I didn't see it, or it doesn't say it here. But I'm on the Buccaneers here. I got him at -10. I would take him at -11. That's probably about as high as I would go. It's maybe at 11.5.
Yep. Antonio Brown out. He's been suspended 3 games without pay for violating the joint NFL and NFLPA COVID-19 protocols.
Oh, thank you, NFL.com, for not telling me that. I appreciate that one. So yeah, that's the situation. So, but yeah, I'm on the Buccaneers here -10.
Sounds good. Leaning the under as well. I like it. Falcons offense you don't trust. Exactly. Arizona at Chicago, 46 degrees, 15 winds blowing, high gust, rain likely off and on, occasional downpours.
The only thing that's really telling me is I
Under.
would like Chicago's team total under that as well, but I'm not.
That's kind of pushing me towards the under even more. I'll look through it more myself, but that kind of makes me push towards the under. You can confirm. Okay, cool. You should be in Miami today.
Yeah, you should be in Miami, Mike Lennon. Come on.
Won a 5 game last night. Thanks. Of course. Congratulations, dude. Nice always hitting those things. Hi, awesome people. Up CSN's here. Give us 2 seconds. Hold on.
Hey guys, EarlSportsBets.com has finally launched, and to show our appreciation for you, click on the link below, or Go to earlsportsbets.com/promo to get the 7-day package for only $49. That's $120 in savings. Thanks, guys.
Yay, bumper. Sorry. She was on, so we had to throw that in there for right now. No, we had comments up. So yeah, hi, awesome people. Hey, Mike Glennon saying hi to you. Yep. What's up, guys? What's up, Alex? AB suspended. Yep. Fake vaccine card. I remember hearing about that. That's why when Nick said, I'm like, wait a minute. Double-digit home dog plus 10 points are 4-0 against the spread this year.
Okay.
This is also an Atlanta Falcons team. Yeah, that's my counter argument.
Then I'm fading a couple of those teams today.
Oh, yeah, I was just checking my weather app. It's nice in Miami. Yes, it is. There you go. Because I'm in Miami. So, yeah, of course. You got to play against the Dolphins today, dude. Well, we'll go ahead and move on, though. We get this beauty of a matchup.
Yeah, we have the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans in this one here. Colts 10-point road favorites, total of 45.5 in this game. Looking at these two teams, we have the Colts coming in 6-6 on the season, 7-5 against the spread, 8-4 over under, 3-2 on the road. The Texans are 2-9, 5-6 ATS, and 4-7 on the road. Where are you looking here?
Yeah, I was late to the punch. I missed my line. I would have taken Indy when they were 7.5-point favorites. Now that they're up to 10. They'll probably be part of my degenerate 13-leg parlay and then teaser, because I'll probably make 2 of those just for the fun of it. I just do probably $5 each and go from there. But this is just not a game I'm interested in. If it's anything like last game, I actually want it. I'm not interested in this one, but there's a player prop that I want to look up. It probably has to do with Jonathan Taylor. Just because
you can't go wrong with that.
Indianapolis. Touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor. That's Tyrod Taylor. I was about to say. There's no way Jonathan Taylor is minus 300. Plus 400 to score. Now, minus 333 would be 1 touchdown. Do 2 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor at plus 150. That could be an interesting spot. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, maybe Jonathan Taylor 2 touchdowns, but I don't have anything in this game.
I do. I got it on this game on Monday or Sunday or Monday, Sunday. And if I didn't get into it, if I didn't bet the game, then I would be off this game completely. I had this game projected around Indy minus 11 was my line. I got them at minus 8. I don't know if I would bet them now at minus 10. But looking at the injury report for this one, we do have, if I can get to the right game here, Jets, no. Dolphins, no. There we go. There's no players ruled out on this Colts team. They have a couple questionables. Jack Doyle is questionable. Andrew Sendejo is questionable. And DeForest Buckner is questionable. On the other side, the Texans are dealing with some injuries here. They have 5 players out, being Terrence Brooks, DeMarcus Walker. They have Deshaun Watson, Danny Amendola is out, and so is Justin McCray. Brendan Cooks is questionable. That's a big one to look for. Ray Lopez, Cole Turner, Jonathan Greenard, Chris Conley, and David Johnson are all questionable for today's game against the Colts. And I like the Colts in this spot. I got them at minus 8. I don't know if I would get to them at minus 10. I do think they win by 10 points in this game. I think that's about right. So I'm going to take the Colts minus 8. I don't know if this was really any help, though, because now they're up to 10. But I like the Colts in this spot here. They've been playing better football as of late. And we saw these two teams play a few weeks ago. And on the 17th of October, and Indy won 31-3. I expect something similar to that potentially.
There you go. Under Steelers, under Rams, Colts minus 9.5.
I like them all.
So many home dogs today. Yes.
I'm fading somebody else.
Houston plus 10.
At this point, I guess that's where the value is. I had this game at 11, so I guess I would still lean towards the Colts at 10. But, I mean, if you want to get involved with the Texans, be my guest. I don't really want anything to do with Houston right now.
Fair enough. Hopefully Pittman Jr. will do something today.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or just Jonathan Taylor run all over them and get the 5-touchdown game again. I have Justin Taylor on fantasy.
Jonathan Taylor,
JT, yeah. Trying to move on to this one.
Yeah, we have the New York Jets hosting the Philadelphia Eagles in this one here. This line actually went from 7 down to 5, and I'm going to try to figure out why. The Eagles are 5-7. They're 6-6 against the spread. They're 6-6 over under with a 4-3 road record. The Jets are 3-8 and they're 3-8 against the spread. The only games they have covered, they've won straight up. They're coming off of one of those. 6-5 over under so far this season, and 2-3 on the road. Where are you looking at for this one, Tim?
Yeah, we're trying to figure this one. Yeah, because this is a Jets play. This is a Jets play. This is just based off the reverse line movement that we've been seeing. It opened up at a 7, and it's gone down to 5. And 3/4 of the money is all over Philadelphia. Is there something injury reports that we're missing for this one?
They're going to be missing running back Jordan Howard. That's probably why it dropped a little bit. And Jalen Hurts is questionable.
Okay,
that's probably why it's dropped.
Jalen Hurts could be it. All right, fair enough. This feels like a Jet spot to me. I threw the Jets in my long teaser and parlay and everything, but I did not bet them straight up. I'm really tempted to at this point at +5, but or 5.5, wherever you can get on your book. But this is definitely leaning toward the Jets at this point.
Yeah, looking at it for me, we do have the Eagles. They also came off of really bad games. Really bad game last week. The Eagles 13-7 lost to the Jets. Looking at this team, or looking at the injuries, Boston Scott and Boston Scott is questionable with an illness. Jalen Hurts is questionable with an ankle, and Jordan Howard is out with a knee injury. Those are the only ones that, the only players that have any injury designations for the Eagles. On the other side for the Jets, 2 players are doubtful for today's game: tight end Trayvon Wiso and Sheldon Rankings, the defensive tackle, are all doubtful. 5 players are questionable: Corey Davis, John Franklin Myers, Foley, Fatosky, Quincy Williams, and Morgan Morris are all questionable for today's game. I'm on the Eagles -7. I bet this on Sunday. Did not expect it to drop. It is what it is. I like the Eagles in this spot here. I'm trying to remember what there's a trend I was hitting around 60-65% of the time. If you bet a team that did not cover the previous week when they're playing a team that did cover the previous week, you're hitting at I think 65 or 66% or something like that. Some crazy trend. And the Eagles did not cover. The Jets did cover last week. I like the Eagles. I'm going to lay the points with them here. I think they win this game. And I think they win it by margin. So I like the Eagles in this spot.
That's fair. It's just that line movement just tells me Jets, but that's the only thing. I didn't bet this one straight up. I bet it in my parlay, which my teaser, $5 to win 125, and my long ass parlay, $5 to win 12 grand. So we'll see how those go today. Rockets +7, Hornets +7, Rockets over, Jazz under. We'll go over the NBA in a couple of minutes. 100 gambler, not quite. Staying away. Fade the public, which the public would be on the is all over the Eagles. So yeah, I'm on the Jets for this one. A little. She texted me. We're good. All right, fine. Hold on.
Stop it. Get some help.
Better? Is that better? You guys wanted that. All right, fair enough. Because I was gonna play. There's not this next game, but the one after it. I was gonna play it for that. But all right, we'll go ahead to this one, Nick.
Yeah, I love this matchup, and I'm probably gonna get crap for this pick. We have the LA Chargers at the Cincinnati Bengals in this one here. Bengals 3-point home favorites, total of 49.5. The Chargers are 6-5, 5-6 against the spread, 4-7 over under, 3-2 on the road. The Bengals are 7-4 this season. They're 6-5 against the spread, 5-6 over under, 3-2 at home. Where are we looking at for this one, Tim?
Yeah, I know I went with you in this one, and this is another one where we're fading. Fading the public a little bit, but nothing crazy. We're on the Chargers. It's just a matter of this line has jumped up. I feel like too much because it opened up at a 1.5. It's up to 3, and there's only 62% of the money on Cincinnati. So this just feels like because the Bengals have been playing really well, and this has been a team that the public has or everybody has really liked betting this year. Wins against Pittsburgh and Vegas. Previous to that they lost against Cleveland and the New York Jets, but this Cincinnati team is in a sequence of lose 2 games, don't cover 2 games, cover 2 games, don't cover 2 games, cover 2 games. They're on to that don't cover for 2 games. So we're gonna go away. That's not the only reason, but of course there we go. No, but we're going to be on the Chargers today. I think it's a bounce back spot. They know they need to win 6-5 this year. They're right in that playoff picture. So we're going to fade the public. We're going Chargers in this one.
Yeah, and this also does follow that little trend I was mentioning for last game with teams that covered the week before versus teams that didn't cover the week before versus teams that did cover the week before are hitting around 60-something%. And this is definitely one that fits in there. I had this game projected around Bengals -1, Bengals pick them here. I'm on the Chargers here. I got them +3, and I got them +140 a half unit play. I think this is a spot where they can. I think the Chargers win this game straight out. This is a letdown spot for the Cincinnati Bengals, coming off of beating Big Brother Pittsburgh Steelers last week, 41-10, absolutely blowing them out. Oh boy, Hurts is ruled out. I don't like my Eagles anymore.
All right, betting the Jets. Sorry, Nick, betting the Jets.
All right. And looking at this game, we do have 2 players out for the Chargers, Asante Samuel Jr. and Ahoy Gilman. And on the other side, the Bengals have 4 players that are doubtful, 2 that are questionable. Riley Reef and Trey Hopkins are both questionable. Khalil Kareem, Mike Thomas, Chris Evans, and Alden Tate are all doubtful for the Bengals, and I like the Chargers to get the job done here. I like them +3. I got them +140 on a half unit play on that one. I think the Chargers win this game straight up.
There you go. To the chat. Chargers +3. There you go, Omar. There you go. Bengals. Chargers. Chargers have underperformed all year, in my opinion. Yeah, they have. But just because they've done it all year doesn't mean they're going to do it this game. Bengals -3. Jalen Hurts out. Yeah, I just put my unit on the Jets. It's going to be either or Chargers win or upset. There you go. So, this is the 1-800-GAMBLER game that I was really looking at. I knew Nick's face would be like, what? Nothing. But yeah, I guess we could call it 1-800-GAMBLER. It's going to be like the worst matchup of the day. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, the New York Giants are at the Miami Dolphins here. Dolphins 6.5-point home favorites in this one here. Total of 40 in this game. And looking at these 2 teams, the Giants come in 4-7, 6-5 against the spread, 3-7-1 over under, 1-4 away from MetLife Stadium. The Dolphins are 5-7, 6-5-1, 5-7 over under, 3-3 at home this year. And where are you looking at for this matchup here?
Yeah, I think this is another spot where we're fading the public. The line has pretty much moved accordingly. 83% of the money is on Miami today, which makes we're on the Giants +6.5. I think it's just a decent spot. Giants have been bouncing back. So have the Dolphins, but Giants have won 4 out of the last 5 weeks, or covered last 4 out of 5 weeks. They've won 3 out of their last 5 games, losing to Tampa and losing to Kansas City. Not bad losses. Miami's been on the upswing as well. They start off the year, 2-7, and they've won their last 3. I'm trying to pull up the Miami Dolphins because I want to make sure that's correct, but my coverage is being slow. But Miami has been winning a little bit too. Yeah, they've covered in their last 4 games versus Houston, Baltimore, the Jets, and Carolina. So I don't know how much you value any of those plays, but this is a spot where I want to just – there's a lot of money. Whenever I see a lot of money on a team, that just makes me want to go away from them. And all that money is on Miami, so I'll be on the Giants today.
Yeah, and don't look now, and I'll get into this in a second. New York Giants are only a game out of a playoff spot at 4-7. That's how wide open this NFC is this season. Looking at the injury report for this one here, of course, this is a big game that has a decent injury report here that is actually kind of valuable. On the Miami Dolphins side, they have Philip Lindsay and Adam Sheeran and Terrell Williams, all doubtful. Jalen Phillips and Brandon Jones are questionable for today's games. But the big news here it's on the Giants side, they do have some injuries here. Trent Harris, linebacker, out with an ankle injury. Adoree Jackson's also going to be out, as well as tight end Caden Smith. And, of course, no Daniel Jones for this matchup, a neck injury. He will be out. It'll be Mike Glennon starting for the New York Giants. Some questionable: Kyle Rudolph, Nate Solder, John Ross, and Gillespie are all questionable. Kadarius Toney and Sterling Shepard are both doubtful for today's game. The thing is, I don't think Mike Glennon is a downgrade to Daniel Jones. Or maybe slightly, but not the 4 points this line's moved since it's opened. This game opened at Miami minus 2.5. And as Tim mentioned earlier, with the Miami Dolphins here, I mean, yeah, they've turned their season around. They beat the Carolina Panthers, who had Cam Newton. They beat the New York Jets. Yeah, they beat the Baltimore Ravens. I'll give you that one. That was a great win. We cashed with them on that game. And then they barely beat the Houston Texans 17-9. Is this Miami team really back? I don't think so. I'm on the Giants here plus the 6. I got them at 6, not 6.5, unfortunately. And I got a half unit play on them on the money line plus 220. I think we see an upset here potentially. And I'm also kind of looking at a future of the Giants over 6.5 wins this year, because I think they do have a couple more games they have a game against the Eagles. They have a game against I'm trying to remember who else they are playing, but they had a couple easier. I think they had one more game against Washington. So I think the Giants can potentially win 7 games this year. So a potential futures play on them there. I like the Giants here plus the 6 in this spot here against the Miami Dolphins.
There you go. And more specifically, we need Mike Glennon to get your head in the game. Mike Glennon, focus. You're about to go play the Dolphins. Go. Make us a good game and win for us. Mike Glennon, yes. Giants money line, of course. Mike Glennon, anytime touchdown score. You're running one in? You're running one in. All right. Yeah, Mike is bringing them to the promised land. Let's get it, Mike Glennon. Let's get it. But this next game is actually one of my favorite games of the week.
It's the only one I didn't bet. We have the Washington football team at the Las Vegas Raiders in this one here. Washington comes into this game 5-6 this season, 4-7 against the spread, 5-6 over under, 2-3 on the road. Vegas 6-5, 5-6 ATS, 6-5 over under, 3-3 at Allegiant Stadium, where this game will be played in Las Vegas, Nevada. Where are you looking at for this one, Tim? With the Vegas being a 1-point favorite to the total of 48.
I'll say my favorite play of the week is the Washington football team. I just really this team has turned it around. They're finally playing the defense we expected them to. Last 3 weeks, 29-19 win versus Tampa Bay. Fantastic. 27-21 win versus Carolina. Beautiful. And 17-15 win versus Seattle. They've been solid the last 3 weeks. I think this team is turning it around. As for Vegas, yes, they beat Dallas last week. That was kind of a prime time. Let's go get them. It's the Thanksgiving, and fine, I'll give them that one. Previous to that, got blown out by Cincinnati, blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs, and then lost to the Giants. So this Ravens team, yes, they won last week, but I still think they're in a tailspin. I grabbed the football team +1. No, not +1. I got the money line. And that was plus money. I think it was like plus 108 at the moment. So I'm all over Washington in this game. I think it's a solid spot for them. Give me the football team to beat the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, look at this spot here. This game made me nervous. I just stayed completely off of it. If I had to lean one way or the other, I think Vegas would be my lean in this one here. And it's mainly because of the situational spot here. Vegas is coming in on a long week. They played on Thanksgiving, and now they had the extra days to prepare. Washington's coming in on a short week. They played on Monday Night Football. That's probably the main thing that kept me off this game completely. We have J.D. McKissick is going to be out for this one with a concussion. Landon Collins is out with a foot injury. Wes Schulweiser is out as well. And then questionable, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Larson, Eric Flowers, and Ricky Seals-Jones. On the other side, we have Patrick Onwuasor, linebacker, out. We have Carl Nassib out. And we have Darren Waller, doubtful with a knee injury. We have Kowalski.
Kowalski.
Yeah.
Analysis.
Yeah. Jackson, Nixon, and Josh Jacobs all questionable for today's game. Josh Jacobs could be making a return potentially in this game. So this one was a complete stay away for me here. We all saw what the Raiders did on Thursday, so there may be a little bit of recency bias here. But I would lean towards Vegas in this spot only because they have the extra days of rest. They had the extra days to prepare, and I think that would play a huge key to them being able to win this game today. So it'd be a lean towards Vegas, but I personally did not get to it.
That's fair. Keep on rolling. Try to get through all these games because we still got like 13 games and it's already 11-20.
Yeah. Jacksonville Jaguars at the LA Rams in this next matchup here. Rams are 13-point home favorites, a total of 48 in this game. Come on, covers load for me. There we go. I'm trying to set the table for you here, Tim, and then you go. I kind of like the way that we've been doing things this morning. So the Jaguars come into this game 2-9. They're 4-7 ATS. They're 0-4 on the road this year. They're 2-9 over under. The Rams are 7-4 here. 4-7 ATS. 6-4. 6-4-1 over under. 3-2 at home this year. Where are we looking at for this one, Tim?
I personally did not bet this one, besides obviously on my big parlays. But the bets I did do on that were the Rams minus 13, and I teased it down to 6. I did a 7-point teaser. So that's the only really thing I have from this game. I think the spread in a normal thing is way too wide, and I'm not really interested in going after that. So not really. I don't really like this game in general. I just threw it in there for my parlays.
Fair enough. Yeah. And let's get back to the injury report here. We have this game is, I believe, this is a 4:00 game. We are on the 4:00 game. So yeah, that last one was. Yeah. Here we go. The Jaguars, Shaquille Griffin, cornerback, is out, and James Robinson is questionable with a knee injury. Everybody else does not have an injury designation. This Rams team, though, David Long, Odell Beckham Jr., Darrell Henderson, and Rob Havenstein, all questionable. Buddy Howell out. So keep an eye out for that OBJ news, the Harrelson news, and Havenstein is a big deal as well on that offensive line. I like the under in this game. We've seen what this Jaguars team has done offensively this season. They are, I want to say, I'm trying to once again get it loaded. There we go. They're 31st in the NFL. Only team they're scoring more points than this year is the Detroit Lions, so not really much of an accomplishment there. And they've gone under in 6 straight games. And if we look on the other side with the Rams here, this should be a get right spot for their offense. I can see this being one of those games that finishes 31-10 type of game. So the Rams do have a good defense that can slow them down. The Rams defense has struggled a little bit this year, giving up 23.9 points a game, which is 21st in the NFL. So I am on the under 48 in this one here. I think that this is a lower scoring game, and I just don't trust the Jacksonville offense to give me enough points to cover the over. So I like the under in this spot.
Yeah, I believe the Rams were part of a couple of teams who did not win a game in November. The no-win November club. I believe it was the Rams, Seahawks. I want to say Seahawks didn't win a game in November. That would be correct. Seahawks were also a no-win November team, and the Detroit Lions. So there you go. Take that with a grain of salt. Maybe the Chargers not win one either. I think the Chargers might have been another no-win November. Nope, they beat Pittsburgh. Never mind. But yeah, the Rams have been struggling, so I understand that. So, but I think it's a get back spot, especially against a terrible Jacksonville team.
All right, we'll move on here. The Baltimore Ravens are at the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. Baltimore 4-point road favorites now. Total of 44 in this game. Baltimore 8-3. They're 5-6 against the spread. 5-6 over under. 3-2 away from home. Pittsburgh's 5-5-1 this year. 4-7 ATS. 4-7 over under. 3-2-1 at home. It was announced earlier this week that this is Ben Roethlisberger's last season in Pittsburgh. So keep that. I definitely am going to keep that in mind when handicapping Pittsburgh Steelers games for the rest of the season now, knowing that this is Roethlisberger's last hurrah. Where are you looking at for this game, Tom?
Yeah, that means absolutely nothing to me. I'm on the Ravens today. I have the Ravens on my long parlay. I did not actually put money on them besides the parlay. It's just I bet 6 games today, and when it comes to it, I'm not really a big fan of this one. I don't like Pittsburgh. I don't think they're a good team this year. Obviously, they're 5-5. They're probably not going to get a playoff spot. This is just a team that's trying to get through the season so that they can switch up their quarterback next year. On the other side, Baltimore 8-3. They're pushing for that playoff spot. I still think they're number one in the AFC. So they're going to keep trying to push for that spot. I think they hold on, and I think they cover a 4-point spread. I think they win by 7+ in this game. It's just one of the spots where I do like Baltimore. Only on my parlay, but I do.
Yeah, this Baltimore team has a lot of injuries, though. Here, looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players are questionable. 1 is doubtful. 1 is ruled out. All the people who are questionable: Marlon Humphrey, Jimmy Smith, Chris Westry, Owe, Patrick Ricard, Anthony Everett. We have also Patrick McCarry. We have Taven Young, Jalen Ferguson, and Patrick Queen, all questionable. Miles Boykin is doubtful, and Bogwai is out. And looking at the spot here, I'm on the under in this game. Also for Pittsburgh, Joe Hayden's the only one that's out for them. I would also lean towards Pittsburgh in this spot. I think this is a spot because one thing that I don't trust is this Baltimore team covering any numbers, because they've proven to us recently that they have not done it. Looking at, they did cover it last week, 16-10, though, a very ugly game against the Baltimore Ravens, or against the Cleveland Browns. Wow. And this is another one where if you're looking to bet into that betting angle, Pittsburgh did not cover last week. Baltimore did. So teams that covered versus teams that didn't cover. Yeah, I would lean towards the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one as well, plus the points. But I like the under 44. I think I got it at 44.5 or 45. Better than anything in this game. So I'm on the under in this spot.
That's fair. We'll go ahead and move on. We got 2 more football games left, and then we got some NBA and NHL to go over. This one, Nick?
Yeah, the Niners are at the
hold on, chat. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late. Was watching UFC last night. Let's get it. Over in the Chargers game. Don't mind that. I put a side play Steelers money line, Seahawks money line, Chargers money line, plus 1250.
I don't hate that.
Good luck. The injuries, I can see Desirius Johnson have a good day today for Pitt. That would be nice. I have him on my fantasy team. We'll go ahead and move on, though.
Yeah, the Niners are at the Seattle Seahawks in this one here. The Niners 3-point road favorites. This did jump up to 3.5 a little bit during the week, and it went right back down to 3. A total of 45 in this game. I have a few plays on this one, Tim. But looking at these two teams, Seattle 6-5, or San Fran is 6-5, 5-6 against the spread, 6-5 over under, 4-1 away from home. The Seattle Seahawks are 3-8 this year with a 5-6 ATS record. They're 1-10 over under and 1-4 at home. Where are you looking at for this team?
Once again, this is another game that I just didn't really have much interest on. Besides my ginormous ass parlay. And by the way, I only do that on Sundays, and it's only $5, so not a big deal. I have the 49ers for it. There's no way I could back the Seahawks at the moment. Seahawks have just been terrible, and they've been even worse since Russell Wilson's come back. They lost to Washington, Arizona, Green Bay. They beat Jacksonville, as they should have. Lost to New Orleans, lost to Pittsburgh, lost to LA. This team is not the same Seattle team, and they're just trying to make it through the season at this point and then worry about Russ and see what's going on with him. I think 49ers, they believe now because they're over 5. They're 6-5 now. They think they can get a playoff spot. I think they come into Seattle. I think they stomp them. Give me San Francisco -3.
All right, we're going to disagree on this one. I have the Seattle Seahawks. I got the Seahawks +3. I got a half unit on them on the money line. And I have the under 45 in this game as well. I got 45.5. We see Seattle has gone under in 10 of 11 games this season. So that was a pretty simple underplay for me there. And once again, if you want to bet into the betting angle, San Francisco covered last week and Seattle did not. That's something that's hit around 64% this year. That's a really good betting angle. This game was pushed out of Sunday night. This was supposed to be the Sunday night game, and now that is Denver and Kansas City. Some injuries here. Trey Sermon looks like he's going to remain out for the 49ers here, one of their bigger running backs. Some big injuries actually in this game. Also, Maurice Hurst, defensive tackle. Dre Greenlaw, which is one of their big run stoppers on defense, their linebacker. I have a feeling the Seattle Seahawks are going to be able to run the ball a little bit out. And then probably the biggest injury of them all, Deebo Samuel is out for this game, which is their biggest receiver. So it's going to be tough to see where they're really going to go here on offense. Fred Warner is also out, doubtful with a hamstring injury. Marcel Harris questionable with a concussion in this game. And Seattle has actually looked a little bit healthier. They have one player that's doubtful, Damian Lewis, and then 3 questionables with Alex Collins, Rashad Penny, and Travis Homer. So this looks to be a little bit healthier of a Seattle Seahawks team. I had this game parsed out of pick 'em because one thing we know between these two teams, between San Francisco and Seattle, is you can throw the records out of the window. These two teams come and they play close games. So I want the 3 points. I'm going to take the +147 on the money line on a half unit play. And I like the under 45.5 in this game. I think it's a close, low-scoring game that Seattle pulls out.
Fair enough. This game got pushed out of Sunday Night Football. Yes, it did. Ayuk, looking at those player props. Here you go. That's fun. How about some Sunday Night Football action?
Yeah, this is where one of my favorite plays of the day is.
Yep.
The Denver Broncos are at the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. Chiefs now down to an 8.5-point home favorite in this one with a total of 46.5. And looking at these two teams, give me 2 seconds when my covers loads because it never wants to load when I need it to load. There we go. And now we can click on matchup here. The Broncos coming in 6-5. They're 6-5 against the spread. They are, there we go, 2-9 over under this year, 3-2 away from home. Kansas City 7-4, 4-7 against the spread, 5-6 over under, 4-2 at Arrowhead this year. Where are you looking at for this matchup?
Yeah, this is actually our circa bet this week. Denver Broncos. We got them at plus 9.5. They're down to an 8.5, which makes sense because there is not super crazy, but it's 57% of the money is on Denver this week. So there is a decent chunk of money on Denver. So it moved the line down just a little bit, 1 point, which from 9.5 to 8.5 means nothing particularly, because those are kind of dead numbers, because it doesn't really have anything to do with touchdowns or field goals. So, but we're on the Broncos. We think they at least cover in this game. Maybe a little bit of sprinkle on that money line, but Denver plus 9.5, 8.5 at this point. We still like it. I think that's a solid spot for this week.
Yeah, Denver Broncos be making me some money recently, and I'm going to continue with that here. I'm on the Broncos. I got them plus 10, and I have a half unit on plus 335 for them to win this game straight up. Looking at some injuries here, we do have the Broncos with a few questionables and one doubtful. Melvin Gordon, doubtful. Bobby Macy, Nate Harrelson, Garrett Bowles, Shelby Harris, Quinn Miners, Jonathan Cooper, and Dalton Reisner, all questionable for today's game.
I don't even know who half of these people are.
Yeah, I'm just reading off of NFL.com. On the other side, the Chiefs will have Lucas Niang, tackle out, and Rashad Fenton also out, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is questionable with an illness for this game. So looking at it for me, the Broncos are just a team that have been covering spreads as of late. I got them at 10 and I think 10 is way too many points in this one. Yes, I'm aware the Chiefs are starting to look a lot better, and Andy Reid's amazing out of the bye week. I totally know that. But the Broncos are 3-1 against the spread in their last 4 games. They are coming off of a 28-13 win versus the Chargers. You know they have this game circled on their schedule, the Kansas City Chiefs. I also lean towards the under in this game. Denver has actually gone under in 5 straight. I just noticed that. And the Chiefs have gone under in 5 of 6. So, I feel like I want to add
it's a divisional matchup after week 10.
What's the total in this one? 46.5 though.
Yeah, no.
That's a little low. I want to jump on the under here. And I may post the under as a play.
I wouldn't.
But I'm going to pass on the under. I'm just going to stick with the Broncos here. Plus 10 and plus 335 on the money line. I think that this is a potential upset spot here on Sunday Night Football. We've seen how primetime games have been going to the dogs recently. So I think that we see another dog win here in this one. Give me the Broncos.
There we go. That is all the NFL plays for today. We got 4 NBA plays and 4 NBA games and 6 NHL games to go over real quick. We'll go ahead and run through these as we've already been live for an hour. So I'll try to run through these games. But we could start off with this first one, Nick.
Yeah, the Utah Jazz are at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jazz 4.5-point road favorites, a total of 213 in this game. Where are you looking?
Yeah, I will keep riding this dang train until it crashes. The second most profitable team against the spread is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're 16-7 against the spread this year. Only team that's better, Golden State. It's only about half a game. Yes, half a game. Because Golden State is 16-6-1. So this is a spot where Cleveland at home, and I'm getting more than a possession. This is the same deal every single time. I really like this Cleveland team to get the job done. I have Cleveland plus 4.5, and I have a sprinkle on that money line at plus 165 last night. I really like this Cleveland team to get it done. Give me them plus 4.5.
Yeah, I passed on this game personally. I have this game handicapped at 3.5. So it would be a lean towards the Cavaliers plus the 4.5, but I really wanted 5.5, 6 in order to back the Cavaliers in this spot. But I'll lean that way.
There you go. NBA, NHL. Cavs plus 4.5 all day. Yes, that's probably my favorite NBA play all day. So there you go.
All right, moving on here. The Wizards are at the Raptors in this one. This one now down to a pick'em in this game. Total of 212. Where are you looking here?
I'm on the Wizards. I think this is a good spot for them. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Toronto this year. They're 10-13, 9-14 against the spread, 3-8 at home. Washington 4-9 this year, 12-11 against the spread. It's been back and forth for Washington though. They've lost. They've won 3 out of their last 5 games, covered in 2 out of the last 5. Toronto has not really been covering either. They won last game against Milwaukee, and then they won against Memphis for 5 games ago. And then they lost the 3 games in between that. This is just 2 teams that are struggling. I think that the Washington Wizards are just overall a better team than the Toronto Raptors. I think that Washington goes in, gets the job done, and goes out. So I'm taking Washington on the money line.
Yeah, this is another game that I just didn't get to. I had this game priced at, actually, this is a game I might get to. Toronto minus 2.5 was my line for this game. So I guess it would be a lean towards the Raptors, but I'm not going to get involved in this game because we're already on the Raptors or the Wizards. Yeah.
Yep, that works. We got 2 games left. We're just power through all these.
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets are at the Atlanta Hawks. Hornets 7-point road underdogs in this one. Total 220.5. Where are you looking?
If you're looking to bet the Hornets, yikes at this point. LaMelo Ball is going to be out tonight due to league health and safety protocol. Terry Rozier also placed in health and safety protocol. And Trae Young is questionable today due to a quad injury. That being said, I like the over. I have this game around at 230. The Hornets have just been absolutely slaying it this year in terms of putting points up on the board. They are the highest scoring team in the NBA, I believe. I want to confirm this. Yes, averaging about 115 points a game. And luckily for their opponents, they do not believe in defense. Just the last 4 games, looking at it, 4 straight overs. 127, 125, 133, 119, 146, 143. Granted, that one was an overtime. Finished at 135 apiece in regulation. 133, 115. What's telling me that it's not going to do this again? I'm on the over 220. I think the Hawks can ride with them. Let's go over.
Yeah, I'm on the same page here. I like the over 220.5. I'm also on the Hornets in this spot here. I took them plus the 7 points, especially if Trae Young's going to be out. I think that will definitely help the Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it ain't going to hurt them. And I think this is a spot where I like the Hornets in this spot, plus the 7. I think it's just too many points for this game. So that's where I'm going with this one. Here is the Hornets and the over in this one. Also lean towards that team total over 107 then for the Hornets as well.
Fair enough. Under in the Mavs, perhaps. I don't mind that at all. Wiz plus 1.5. I grabbed them on the money line. Hornets plus 7. I like it. That's fine. I like the over in that game, but it would be a lean towards Hornets, I guess. That's just a lot of points. The thing is, Atlanta is really good at home, so we'll see. Final game of the day, and it's a...
Stop it. Get some help.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, the New Orleans Pelicans are at the Houston Rockets in this one here. Pelicans 2.5-point road favorites, total 220.5. I'm doubting that you're going to get to anything in this game.
No, this is the only game that I'm not in. I'm not interested in the side. There's no value on the side. Maybe a lean towards the Pelicans, but that's just because Houston is awful. Pelicans are also awful this year. 7-18 for the Pels, 6-16 for the Rockets. And I have this line around a 220 for the total, so no real value there. I'm not interested in this game. There's a lot of football. You don't need to bet New Orleans and Houston.
Bum fight! Yeah, I'm going to take the plus money and the plus points on this one here. This is one that instead of betting half a unit on the money line like I usually do, I accidentally put a full unit on the money line as well. So I have the Rockets plus 3 and plus 125, both full unit plays.
Good luck.
I have this game priced around pick'em.
That's fair. That's the complete NBA slate, only 4 games. So we'll go ahead. We got 6 games. Nick, let's run through these. Kings and Blue Jackets. Pick them in this one, total of 5.5. Where are you looking at this game?
Yay, time for dessert. Yeah, Sharks and Blue Jackets. This is a start with a pass here. looking at this spot here, we have the San Jose Sharks coming in 13-10-1, 14-10 ATS, 8-16 over under, 8-6 on the road. Columbus 12-10, 13-9, 13-9 over under, 8-3 at home. It'd be a lean towards the Blue Jackets in this spot here. In this spot here, I had this game priced around 115, 117 for these Columbus Blue Jackets. So I think there is a little bit of value on that line here with Columbus. It's most likely going to be Elvis Merzlikins and Aiden Hill in net. So I think there's definitely a goalie advantage for the Columbus Blue Jackets in this spot here. So lean towards the Blue Jackets. This is not one I got involved with, though.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, you don't have to get involved in every single game, so that works. Excited about hockey. Over in the Hornets, I really saw no value in that game. Rockets, I really saw no value in the Rockets game at all, so can't help you with that.
No
one.
value on the bum fight?
Nope. How about this one? Lightning and the Flyers, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia. This one's about to pick them as well. Total of 5.5 in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, we have Tampa Bay coming into this game 14-5-4, 11-12 ATS, 12-10 over under, 6-2-2 on the road this year. Philly coming in 8-9-4, 11-10 ATS, 9-10, 9-12 over under, 4-4-2 at Wells Fargo Arena. Tampa Bay coming in off of an overtime win against the Boston Bruins last night. I know you cashed your draw on that play for
Plus
them.
300, baby. Yep. Sorry.
And the Lightning have been playing decent hockey as of late. They've won 7 of their last 10 games. They've won 2 in a row heading into this one here. They are on a second half of back-to-back, and it is projected to be Brian Elliott in net. With that being said, I don't care. I like this. This is a very short price for these Tampa Bay Lightning because they're on a second half of a back-to-back. I don't trust this Flyers team. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight games, 8 of their last 10. They've gotten puck lined in 3 straight, 4-1 loss versus the Rangers, a 5-2 loss versus the Devils, a 6-3 loss versus the Hurricanes. They also lost 4-0 in Tampa Bay the last time they played this team. They lost 5-2 to Boston. They lost 4-3 in a shootout to Tampa Bay as well. So this team has lost in their 7 straight games, and I am going to look to kick them when they're down. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 107 here against the Philadelphia Flyers. I think this is a spot where they should, even on a second half of a back-to-back with Brian Elliott in net, win this game.
That's fair. 100%. Keep rolling through it. Chicago Blackhawks in New York taking on the Islanders. Islanders 150 favorites, total of 5.5. Do they finally get their first win in the new arena?
Is it in the new arena?
It says
Yep, there. Yeah, I read that quick. Yeah, we have the Chicago Blackhawks heading into New York here. Chicago's 8-13-2. They're 11-12 ATS. They're 9-10 over under. They're 3-8-1 on the road. Isles 5-10-4, 7-12 ATS, 6-12 over under, 0-4-1 at UBS Arena this year. Unfortunately, they've been absolutely crushed by injuries and stuff like that and COVID. We do have both these teams coming in on a second half of a back-to-back. The Blackhawks were in a 3-2 loss against the Rangers last night. We cashed that Rangers in regulation on that play there. And on the other side, this Islanders team, I feel like an under should be the play for this game as well. Have lost 10 straight games. Back-to-back of them were in overtime, so they've received points in 2 straight games. This is projected to be Semyon Varlamov in net here for the Islanders, and I'm on them in regulation here. I think this is the game they finally snap the shroud. They finally get off the whatever. This is a spot where it's a good spot for them. Even on a second half of a back-to-back, they're getting Chicago on a second half of a back-to-back. They're at home. Chicago's not a good team. I'll take the Islanders in regulation around minus 105 in this one.
I like it. So Islanders finally. They can finally get a win in their new arena. I know they've been waiting for that for a while, so let's get it. Gave the thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jalen Hurts out for Philadelphia. I've already got Jets plus 5.5 locked in, so that works. 3 games left in the NHL. Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Winnipeg Jets in this next one. This one's another pretty much pick 'em. Total of 6. Where are you looking in this one, Nick?
Yeah, and the only reason why this game is a pick'em is that Toronto's on the second half of a back-to-back. I think that's all that really is. Let me load this game up. Toronto coming in off of a shootout loss against the Minnesota Wild last night, a game that shouldn't even made it to overtime. 17-6 and 2. These Maple Leafs 10 and 15 ATS, 10 and 15 over under, 7-3 and 1 on the road. Winnipeg 8-11 and 4, 11 and 12 ATS, 12 and 10 over under, 8 and 3 and 1 at home at Canada Life Arena. Toronto is coming in, as I said, off of that loss against the Wild. I mean, that was an extremely hyped up game between two of the better teams in the NHL right now. Toronto had been playing absolutely fantastic, and I think they get right back on this here. Winnipeg is a team I'm not looking particularly to back. The Maple Leafs have still won 5 of their 6 games. It's going to be Justin Woll in that, which I don't have much of a problem with. He's looked really good since coming up to the NHL. He's 3-0 so far this season, with, I want to say, a 1.78 goals allowed average, 1.67 goals allowed average, a .939 save percentage, and he does have a shutout in his first 3 games. Winnipeg is just not someone I'm looking to get behind right now, who have been struggling mightily. I mean, they lost to the Arizona Coyotes 1-0, if that should tell you anything about where this Winnipeg team is right now. So I'm going to go with Toronto here, and they're at a minus 102 or something along those lines. I think that line's absolutely ridiculous here. A little bit too much credit towards these Winnipeg Jets. Give me the Maple Leafs here, even on a second half of a back-to-back.
Don't mind that at all. Let's run it. 2 games left. Kings at the Oilers, Los Angeles, and Edmonton. Edmonton's about a 185, 190 favorite in this one. Total of 6. Where are you looking for this one there?
Yeah, this one's a pretty simple line play for me here. I had this game priced around minus 140. We have the Kings coming in 9-9 and 4, 14 and 8 ATS, 8 and 14 over under, 3-3 and 2 away from home. Edmonton 16 and 6, 11 and 11 ATS, 14 and 8 over under, 9 and 1 at home this year. If you guys don't want to play my play, you can take them plus a goal and a half at minus 145. I think that the Kings are definitely live dogs in this game. I got them at plus 165. They're on plus 170 now. And this is a spot where I had this game priced around 135, 140. So I think that this Edmonton Oilers team is still a little bit of a price. They're still without Darnell Nurse. They're still without Duncan Keith. They're still without Cody Ceci. And I think this is a spot where potentially the Kings can pull off an upset here. So I'm on the plus 165 with the LA Kings in this game.
Hey, can never argue with some plus money,
especially that type of plus money.
There you go. Final game of the card for today in general. Calgary Flames in Vegas taking on the Golden Knights. Knights around a minus 120, total of 5.5. Last game of the night. Where are you looking in this one next?
Yeah, we made it all the way to the end of the card, and we're going to finish it off with the pass here. We have Calgary 15-4 and 5, 13-11 against the spread, 11 and 13 over under, 11-2 and 2 away from home. Vegas is 13 and 10, 9 and 14, 14 and 8 over under, 7 and 5 at home this year. This is a stay off for me. It'd be a lean towards Vegas at home. I love backing Vegas at home. That Calgary record here on the road kind of what kept me off this game. And also, I don't want to fade my pick for the Vezina Trophy right now, and Jacob Markstrom, who's 10-4 and 4 with a 1.76 goals allowed average and a 939 save percentage with 5 shutouts this year. So this would be a lean towards Vegas. I just didn't get involved in this game.
Fair enough. That is everything for today's card. We've made it through an hour and 20 minutes. Let's get it. But before we jump into VGK has been going over lately. There you go. Before we jump into a recap and everything, if you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parlays, Premium Plays, merch. And our site, our website. Even if you're not going over and buying stuff, go check it out. We've got a couple of free plays up today, I believe. I'm going to go pull that up now just to make sure I'm actually saying the right thing. Yeah, we got one free play up today. Whoops. But yeah, we got one free play up. If you guys are interested in looking at it, You can look at our records, look at everybody else. You don't have to get us. I mean, me and Nick are hot right now, and I mean, we had a below average day yesterday, but me and Nick are hot right now. If you guys are interested in that, all of our college basketball players are up on there as well. We had a little bit of a drop off after yesterday. We went 8-12 yesterday, so we're 202 and 143, up 46 units. So we're still number one on the site by a whole 38 units at this point. So if you guys are interested in college basketball, you can get that. Or if you use this and then go and use the code CHAMP, you get our 7-day package for the same price as it would be to buy the 9-game college basketball package, and you get the rest of the week, and you get all the NBA, NHL, college football, college NFL, like everything. So if you guys are interested, check out the promo code. That's in the link in the description below if you guys are interested in checking that out. Hi, Dad. How you doing? Speaking of, Steve, still in the last Woody standing. Good work. I'm pretty sure she'll be live around. Oh, yeah. Speaking of scheduling, Craig did a show earlier. Me and Nick live now. Higgs should be live in about 6 minutes. Allie will probably be live around the same time because I know she wants to be live before football starts because a lot of people want to get their plays in for that. So that's probably around 12:30, something in that ballpark. She normally isn't live that long on Sundays, but you can go ahead and check that out. No game time decision today because it is a Sunday. Tomorrow we'll be back breaking down all the NBA and NHL injury reports. And then there should be a bunch of just free picks and stuff coming out tonight and everything. So stay tuned and enjoy all the content. I don't know. That works. Go do a recap. I actually got a decent amount of stuff on this slate. Starting in the NBA, Washington money line, the over in the Charlotte game, and Cleveland plus 4.5. In the NFL, I'm going under in Tampa Bay and Atlanta, grabbing the Chargers plus 3, Denver plus 9.5, Washington football team money line, Giants plus 6, Minnesota minus 7, and the Jets plus 5.5 versus the Eagles.
And for me here, I'm on in the NFL. I'm going with actually I added in a teaser here. Minnesota down to -1. Arizona down to -1.5. That's a -120 teaser. I'm on Minnesota first half and full game. I'm on Arizona -7, Tampa Bay -10, Indianapolis -8, Eagles -7. I don't really like that play as much anymore. Chargers plus 3.5 unit on the money line plus 140. I'm also on the Giants plus 6 and plus 220 half unit play there. Under in Jacksonville, under in Pittsburgh, under in Seattle plus 3, Seattle money line, and then Denver plus 10 and plus 335 half unit on the money line there for the NFL today. I'm also on the Charlotte Hornets, there we go, plus the 7 points. I'm on Houston plus 3 and plus 125 money line in the NBA, along with the over in the Atlanta game. And then for the NHL, I'm on the Islanders in regulation. I'm on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm on the Tampa Bay Lightning and the LA Kings. Bam, got it all.
There you go. What about the Jets money line? If you're talking about hockey, no. If you're talking about football, I'm all right with that.
Hockey, no. Football, no.
I think the football team has a better chance of winning today. But that should wrap it up. Nick, finish on out the stream.
Yeah, that's just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we go live here on ESB, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for your Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. My name is Nicholas Earl. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earl Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys and good luck.